Last week, several of you addressed a complaint the mayor filed against Councilman Woolridge. At the time, I didn't speak on the topic because I had only learned about it the day before our meeting. Sorry, I'm going to move my statement over here. I hadn't addressed it because I only learned about it the day before our meeting. I wanted an opportunity to fully unpack and digest everything. But if you'll permit me a few minutes, I'd like to share a couple thoughts on the topic right now. The mayor filed 2 criminal complaints against Mr. Woolridge with the state auditor. To be upfront and clear, I do not support the mayor's actions. His first complaint was ORC 2913.04, or unauthorized use of property. I'm not a lawyer, but I am in the information technology industry, and I'm very familiar with this law. It's typically used to prosecute individuals who access a computer system that they do not have permission to access, a sort of digital breaking and entering, if you will. There's certainly an argument to be made that a city policy may have been violated, and I think we can all agree it was probably in poor judgment for Mr. Woolridge to use his city email address for personal correspondence. But considering that he was legally authorized to use that email system, I fail to see how this behavior was criminal or warranting a costly investigation from the state auditor. The second complaint was ORC 2921.41, or theft in office. I'm less versed on this law, but in my personal opinion, if any crime was committed, the total value of computational time stolen would put the offense in the same bucket as taking a pen home at the end of the night. The source of the mayor's frustration seems to be in the city manager's deferring to council when he requested a written legal opinion. Section 3.13 of our city charter clearly states that the council shall be the judge of the conduct of its own members. Deferring to council was an appropriate response, and if warranted, we could have engaged the auditor. To that end, Mr. Woolridge's use of his city email account does not particularly trouble me, but I am troubled by the content of many of the emails I read. There's evidence of city staff assisting political action committees, engaging in campaign-related activity using city resources on city time, and seeking specific ballot outcomes. In my opinion, this crosses a line. The citizens are at the top of the organizational chart. It's the citizens that speak and the city that listens, and not the other way around. It was also disappointing, but not surprising, to see a familiar group of names attempting to control the makeup of council, our own local political puppet masters. If you're paying attention, you'll recognize those names as digital troublemakers in your favorite social media forums, board members of local special interest groups, and even a current candidate for the at-large council position. If there's any anger or outrage to be had, it's not with Mr. Woolridge using his email account, but rather the activists working to undermine this council, hand-select candidates, and con the voters. If I sound frustrated, I am. I'm tired of the political squabbling and the one-upsmanship. I'm irritated that the mayor leapfrogged over this council's authority. I'm upset with the staff members who promoted an agenda, and I'm angry with everyone who meddled in our last election. But most of all, I'm annoyed we all had to waste our time on this. We've done some great things on this council so far. We have the potential to do a lot more. Let's quit the bickering, tell the agendas and the activists to get lost, come together, and let's get back to work. Thanks.